Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Let me fix my mic there. There we go. And hope you made some good trades. And let's dive into the analysis today. So, looks like we got some chop today. Not too much action. I know a lot of people are getting excited about the Fed meeting, which is essentially a couple days from now, Tuesday and then Wednesday. It's going to be on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Fed fund rate, and then you have the FOMC press conference that comes right after at 2:30. So it's going to be an action-packed week. Tomorrow, I believe we have core retail sales, and then Thursday we got unemployment claims. We have the Bank of Japan policy rate, and then monetary policy statement, and then the Great British Pound monetary policy statement, and a whole lot of other things that are coming on Friday as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a volatile week in my opinion. But what's gonna happen to the markets, right? So my best guess is if I'm not gonna say what is gonna happen, but I'm gonna say how I'm gonna play the Fed pivot, or what everyone expects is essentially the Fed pivot. How I'm gonna play it. So if we do get a sell off tomorrow, right, I'll actually be looking for a potential dip buy into the Fed pivot, because it would be a great, opportunity in my opinion, because then you would get a 1-2 setup for more upside to 600, and then one more high to finish up the fifth wave. Although that doesn't have to happen, we could immediately just start selling off and head over to the 524 to even the 510 level, really. But again, I'm seeing some people who are in denial again, who think they've got it all figured out, because they think that they're much smarter than this market, right? Again, you're not smarter than the market. Trust me. You have signs that you could still have some more upside. Again, we're in a topping phase. Doesn't mean that you're gonna nail the top, is right on the dot, and you can just hold it forever. You're gonna get some chop, right? If you held your shorts from 564, guess what? You're basically back at break even now. And again, that's what the market's going to love to do. It's going to love to shake people out. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a big pump, big surge up this week, and, absolutely destroy the shorts for the next couple weeks. And after that, you can come like crashing down in mid October, and maybe even continue on to lower levels, and you really complete this whole cycle here. Now the Qs are a different story. The Qs, we ran into some resistance already, this downsloping trend line, and we're already kind of losing momentum today. It was down 44 basis points. So it's a rough day for the Qs. Although again, lots of dip buying ahead of the Fed pivot. And again, I'm pretty sure everyone's calling it the Fed pivot now, because everyone's expecting for them to pivot. You got the yields coming down hard. You got the DXY continuing to fall. And again, all of this is not helping the USD/JPY carry trade. This to me looks like you're going to get even more downside. And again, this would put even more pressure on equities, unless you get a reversal out, right? So until you get a reversal out, you're going to get more downside in the USD/JPY pair. I mean, you're going to get more downside, and you need this to reverse up to kind of relieve the pressure on the market. And my best guess is that could happen this week. I don't know how the market and the dollar would react to the Fed pivoting, or what they're going to announce, what they're going to say, right? What their forecasts are. But yeah, we'll see. My best guess is a sell-off into this would be bullish. But if we continue to rally up, maybe it's a big pump day, and then we could reverse down, turns into a dip buy, and then we continue up. But as if for like right now, I already exited my long on SPYU. I think it was a decent gain, not too crazy, but it did take my profits pretty quickly given the risk, right? And nothing is a guarantee. Just because I think something's gonna happen doesn't mean it is, and that's why I like to play the probabilities. I don't put it all on black and say, "Yep, I'm right. I'm not gonna be wrong." No, that's a good way to lose money. Let's take a look at Apple here. So we'll take a look at some individual names. So this is one that we are still holding our short position from the highs here around 231, 232. we entered a short on Apple. We're going to continue to hold it. And again, this target here was outlined way in advance when we were down at the lows. I said there was going to be a flat target probably to these levels. Look at that, pivot to pivot, and then you just reverse right from there. So now we're up nicely on our short position, 7%. Again, this is a very comfortable position for me now because Apple doesn't move too much, and when it does, it's not a big mover. So today was actually a pretty big down day for Apple. I think it's something related to iPhone sales or whatever. I don't really care about the news. The chart showed it was a short here, so now the next target area for Apple is down here. So if Apple's target is down here, maybe it's a little bit of a leading indicator to where the market could be headed. If Apple, is such a big name, such a big stock, and you also got NVIDIA kind of reversing here on this B wave. So if these stocks start to head down, it could be a sell-off into the after the pivot, but ultimately a great dip buy for more upside, and then a big crash in mid-October. My nose is a little bit blocked right now. I don't know if you can tell. So there's lots of possibilities. Nothing is 100%, right? So if we do this, up and then down, then it could be a big dip buy for more upside. If you go down right away, it could be a dip buy for more upside as well. And again, people are very cynical right now, very bearish because Warren Buffett and stuff have sold and these big players sell. Again, these are slow moving beasts, right? These guys sell, but they could be selling months in advance, and people like to take it as a I need to get out now kind of deal. But sometimes I don't think that's what you should be doing. I think you should just be doing what you think is best and not just copying other people on the news and stuff like that. That's just terrible advice, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's been an easy trade for the yields, right? You just continue to hold the long on the bonds because the path is clearly lower on the yields. So probably get a big down day this week on the Fed on FOMC day, right? So probably going to see a big spike down or maybe a spike up. Who knows? We don't know what the Fed's got prepared, right? What they got cooking on over there. But yeah, as for this chart here, this looks like it could have truncated. You got a 1-2, and then you're just gonna get a big fifth wave impulse down to finish everything off. So that's kind of what the DXY chart looks like, and the yields should follow suit. Oil probably gonna need either a pullback in a flat or just a regular B, and then a dip buy, and then it's gonna go higher to 73. And then it should be a short from there. I think you need to retest that resistance area. Gold is spiking to new all-time highs. Again, gold, no one's really talking about gold or silver, but silver continues to surge here. Silver should see some more upside all the way to 34, 38. If it can continue to push higher and impulse higher, it looks like it is now. So you're probably going to get this final push up, which is a signal to the market that we actually may get more upside here in equities. So you got conflicting data points. You got some things saying one thing, and then you got some things saying another. So I'm gonna let you guys make your own decisions. But if you want to see my trades, you can join the Discord. And then the gold continues to push to new all-time highs here. Again, this is obviously a sign of weakness in the dollar and possibly some big fear in the market ahead of the FOMC. But yeah, let's take a look at like some shorter time frames here on Market Cipher. Sorry, not the shorter time frames, the larger time frames. So you're getting some bearish signals on the SPY on the monthly time frame, bearish dual band strength index numbers. You can check the futures. You're going to get similar results. The weekly time frame now looking bullish and from bearish last week, so a big shift. Daily time frame is still looking bullish, but you're starting to lose momentum. And then you dive into the smaller time frames, you're still into red money flow, right? And the 1 hour has a reduction in green money flow, but it continues to kind of churn higher here. You had a dip buy on Monday, and it pushed higher. So we'll see. Again, I don't have any trade setups as of now, and that's what you got to do. You just got to wait for the market to give you a setup. You just don't rush in blindly, forcing trades every single day. It's just a terrible idea. And then we'll talk about a few other things here. So I'll take a look at the TLT. So the TLT surged higher today. So we didn't get this dip buy that we were looking for. We actually just extended the fifth wave. So the fifth wave is extending, and which means this third wave is extending as well. So this one's extending. It's a little bit of a better look now because this kind of needs to extend a little bit more. I mean, look at this wave 3. You kind of want to get matching results here in terms of your your wavelengths. And I mean, I could put the wave 3. Let's see here. Where could wave 3 is there, and then 4, 5, and then you just have another 1, 2 maybe inside of this fifth wave. So as long as you hold divergence, the fifth wave extends. But if you erase divergence, then the third wave extends, and you're going to continue up higher. All right, that's all there is to it. Okay, so we're going to be needing a pullback eventually, but this can continue up. So I'm not going to try and fight it. And the TLT target is 106. All right, let's take a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is looking a little bit bearish here. You have a dip buy opportunity at 92 to essentially, I would target 80 to 92 in this area here. So it would be a dip buy if you can get back into this area. And then possibly some more upside, but again, no guarantee. And it could just be a corrective move as well. And if you don't take out the highs, then it's going to start an impulse down, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. As far as the semis go, and let's say, as talking about the semis, let's take a look at the semis. So the semis could be on this crash correction higher here, and today may have been a dip buy. If you want to see the semis go higher, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could get something like this. You could get a deeper 2, right? You could get a deeper 2, A, B, C. But it could also mean that the X wave is already in, right? Because we were shorting up here. We were shorting around 249 with the XOXS. When we got this big drop, I decided to take my profits, rightfully so, because we started to reverse up. Because nothing goes down in a straight line. You'll always get bounces, big bounces. Now you're getting a big bounce, last week, and we'll see if this bounce can continue back up to higher highs and fill this gap here. But as for now, again, no trade set up for me. The charts are kind of in no man's land, and I'm just gonna take it from there. Once we get better setups, I'll let you guys know. All right, let me take a look at AI. Someone was asking about AI. I don't know if I've done AI before. No, I haven't. But essentially, I'm pretty sure AI is just another AI semi or something, AI stock. It's got AI in the name. And I would just follow the semi chart. Let me just see. I think someone asked some specific questions in terms of a short squeeze or a call like squeezing the calls. Maybe a drop. I don't know. I guess he's got lots of data here from Citadel. So I don't know. I got a really big option guy in my Discord, Chris. So I don't know. I gotta look into this a little bit more after I finish the video. Can give you some better charts. You know what? Let's take a look at AI very quickly on a market cipher. Start off with the larger time frames. So you're in a bit of a downtrend here on the monthly. The weekly time frame is trying to bottom out. It is trying to bottom out. You don't have a green dot. You don't have a buy signal yet. The daily is also trying to reverse out of here. Red money flow. You're in a downtrend. It's looking for a bottom. It's looking for a bottom. Okay, it's actually looking quite good. Not too bad in terms of the 4-hour cutting back into red money. Sorry, getting out of the red money flow, getting back into green. But again, you're in a pretty big downtrend right now. So it's tough to say. For me, I wouldn't take a trade on this one, but I can understand where people are attracted to these AI stocks. The 1 hour looks pretty good. You got green money flow, so you may get some more upside. And maybe you did break this down sloping trend line, so you could be off to a big rally here. You just don't know it. You may not know it until it starts, and then it's too late. But it's also very risky to buy these ahead because you don't know what's going to happen. And right now, the semis, they've gotten pretty beat up recently after that big drop. All right, let me continue here. I'll cover Tesla because we haven't talked about Tesla in a while. So Tesla kind of remains in this no trade for me until it gets into this area at 249 to 267 or 260, yeah, 269 to 249 basically. That's my short area for Tesla, and I probably won't touch it until it either gets there or it gets down to here in this buy area. So Tesla's a no trade for me at this point, and there's no point in kind of just forcing trades into it. Just let it work itself out. Google got a big bounce last week, and it continues to bounce up today, getting back above the 200-day moving average. Now, we got to be mindful because technically did you erase divergence? Let me see. I'm not sure. Let me get a little bit closer here. Okay, so you did erase divergence technically on the RSI on the daily time frame. So you could say that this move down is over technically, but I would actually look for a bigger move down. I would look for another correction lower, which means like I have a lot of these. Some of these stocks, I have them going lower. Some of them I have going higher. Right, like Meta, I have it going lower. Tesla, I have it going higher. NVDA, I have it going lower. Apple, I have it going lower. I don't know if I've done Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft actually is correcting higher right now, right? Because we took out this high. So we had this short area here. It reversed nicely, but now it looks like you're extending the B wave, which can happen, right? So now you got to look for another target on Microsoft. Sorry, my nose is blocked, so I'm it's very itchy for some reason. Let me see what could the target be for Microsoft. Probably 443, right? So there you go. You got one stock that's pointing for more upside. Microsoft should be headed higher here, and possibly even fade the highs, right? So that's your short area if you're looking for a play on Microsoft. Excuse me. And then we'll take a look at PayPal, PYPL. PayPal inside of this B wave should get a deeper correction. Let's take a look at so a lot of stocks are pointing for a deeper correction. So it's kind of a sign, right, to what's to come. All right, now you got some good news, possibly okay. So you actually have some good news for Roku. So you have an impulse off the lows, right? Because now you've erased divergence. Finally. Sorry, I have a runny nose. Let me mute myself real quick. Alright, that's better. So now that you have an impulse off the lows, this doom and gloom scenario, it could be over finally. So the low could be in. So any dips from here could be a viable dip for Roku. Wow, I got some really big impulses here on Roku. Fifth wave, third wave, fourth wave. Get rid of this channel here. Let's clean up the chart a little bit. Get rid of all this chop. We did get a nice short area there. But it looks like Roku might be ending its downtrend here with this strong impulse off the lows. And I'll take a look at Market Cipher just really quickly. Again, I'm probably never going to trade this stock again, but I don't mind doing analysis on it. So there you go. So now you're starting to get an impulse off the lows. This one's definitely been a tough stock. 3, reset, 4, 5. So you got a nice classic Elliott wave count here. So now what you need is an ABC, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So that's what you need now. Is something like this. You need a retrace. You need to hold the pivot. You need to hold it. If it doesn't hold, it would be just a disaster. Because if you come down from 74 all the way back down to 48, that would be a pretty big problem. But I'm confident that if we do dip by and these levels hold, then you got a really good shot of trying to reverse out of here. Okay? So that's what I got for you there. Let me talk about a few other things here. So I think I covered almost everything. Maybe not the small caps. I haven't got a chance to do that. I had a very busy weekend. Yeah, I haven't gone to it yet. But yeah, if we do end up dipping, because we're not really dipping right now, we're just kind of like, it's like lulling around. We're not getting pumps and we're not getting dumps because I don't think it's gonna pump or dump before the FOMC. So if we head into the FOMC and we're at these resistant points and the SPY is just chilling here, then we're still at risk for a sell-off down to these levels and then a rip higher afterwards to new all-time highs. So there's lots of possibilities right now. I'm not really willing to bet on anything at this point, and I'm sorry if you're coming here to look for a sure thing, because that's not what I provide. I just kind of give you my idea, and right now the Fed's kind of a wild card in my book, so I'm going into this Fed meeting with a very light position light position on the portfolio. Gonna go easy on it because I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, have a good evening, and hopefully we have some good trading days or a good trading day tomorrow before the Fed.